All right, it says we are live now. So, last episode we went to Minimus and we got a ton of science, which unlocked a bunch of parts. And then we made our space station up here, basically the basic outline of that. Oh god, there's a cat in here. Meow, get out of here, kitty. Gotta let the cat out. Get. A cat will meow at me all night. Alright, so, what's this? Oh, that's just debris. So, oh yeah, we did knock out one of our solar panels last time on accident. That was, kind of embarrassing. But, it's fine. I think we've done science experiments with all these. Yeah, we've done science experiments with that side. Yeah, there's no duplicates over on that side, so, oh, we can observe the mystery goo again, I think. Alright, we're gonna keep that experiment because it's not gonna do anything else really. Alright, and then we have this little tugboat we attached last time, which was a pain in the ass, but now we know the basics of orbital mechanics, so it'll be a little bit easier to dock future missions. Alright, and so we are going to get a satellite into orbit at geostationary orbit. So, first off, we're gonna want something to control the satellite with. So we're gonna use the Octo as the main base for this. It will also have a manned command module, so we don't have to use the antenna on this at all times. Alright, first off, we gotta design our satellite. So, we can access large, rockets and, aerofoils, or, not airfoils, but, whatever they're called. Give me a second to think of this. Fairings. Yeah, there we go. It's been a few days since I've played, and I've also smoked a ton of weed tonight, so yeah. Alright, what else does this satellite need on it? It has the satellite dish. We're gonna put a thermometer on it, just in case. And it also looks fancy. We're gonna want some antennas on here. So we already have our longest range antenna on there. That doesn't have a very large omni range. I think this is pretty good, 50 million miles. This one's 90 million, and they both cost same electric charge a minute. So, and I think this Communitron is just small enough that you can't use it at geostationary. All right, so we're gonna have two reflectrons here. I know it's gonna look wonky, but that's the way it's gotta be. Alright, now we need solar panels. We want the 1x6 for the satellites because we want them to really stick out. So I'm gonna put two of those there. Now, how much flow can those provide? 1.6 per second. And what do these use again? Those use 50 a minute, pretty much. So if we can recharge 1.6 a second, that means we have like almost 100. So we can off one solar panel at prime efficiency, we can run both of these at a slight loss. So two solar panels should be fine. We'll have one as a backup though, just in case. Where should we put the backup? All right, I think we're gonna add a little bit of a modular girder. Oh, they don't have the smaller one yet. Alright, so we're just gonna put a regular octagonal girder there. And I think we can put a ton of these on here. Let me extend those just to see what they look like. Alright, and retract it. Alright, you're gonna put some sciencey shit on here too. There we go. Flight computers. We only need one of these. And then we're gonna have to put batteries on here too. So, all right. Rotate it not that way. There we go. I like my rockets to look nice as well. So, there's this computer. What else are we gonna add? Oh yeah, batteries. That's in utility. I think these banks are too large. Oh no, that might be enough, but I don't want it to clip the satellite, so we're gonna use slightly smaller ones. I'm pretty sure we can just stack these on the side and just get several hundred of power. Just the short little area. That should be a good enough array of like 800, 900. And oh, they don't weigh anything. They need to buff the battery weight, or well, nerf it, I guess, is what it would be. All right, there. We got a ton of batteries on there. We got our communication dishes. I don't think there's anything else a geostationary satellite needs. We're gonna put some fuel on it and RCS thrusters, just in case we need to control it. So that'll be in command and control. Thruster block. Where are we gonna put these thruster blocks is the question. Guess we could put some right there, for sure. Putting them up here might look a little weird, but it would give us much more degrees of control. Yeah, I guess we'll just put them there. That looks a little funny, but yeah, it'll be cooled by these jets. That's the theory. I think we need to go to the fuel tanks. I don't think I've unlocked any smaller fuel tanks, so oops, wrong way. If I duplicate those two in there, yeah, they just clip in there. Alright, so I have a ton of propellant on board. That should be enough to get me back home, actually, if I need to crash this satellite or adjust its orbit. Which is good. Alright, now we can put this inside its protective shroud. Actually, you know what? Let's add a stack separator. We can use the smaller one. And then we will put a small little fuel tank and engine on there, so that way this will be our upper, like basically our finishing stage, and then this will all be inside the airstream, and then we'll just have a really big rocket to launch us up. Are we gonna need expanded? Nah, we won't need expanded. I think we'll be able to get by just fine with a regular 2.5 meter. All right, we can zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that'll be perfectly sized. All right, we're gonna go right to about there, and then we'll close the fairing like that. All right, that's perfect for an upper stage. 1,000 meters a second in orbit is plenty to get there. Now we just need to make this lower stage with like pretty much. God damn, I accidentally picked up the fairing bit. All right, there we go. Alright, we want to move this up. Oh, I forgot to add the return module bit. Fuck. We're gonna have to do that, actually. So where is Jeb gonna sit? I think we're gonna have to move the flight computer down to one of these locations. Alright, we need to turn off that. I think we can smack it on right there. And then that leaves the top. Oh, cause I don't want these to get crushed. Here, we'll move a battery bank down a little bit, actually. I think that should give us enough room. Alright, here, if we clip these battery banks a little bit better, I think we can squeeze them in. Yep, there we go. And then got our thruster block on the side now. We are gonna want all those to be duplicated. Oops, fuck. Alright, there we go. They're duplicated. I need to duplicate the thruster block. Alright, there we go. And now we can add another separator. Which is in structural. And then all we'll need is another set of engines and fuel tanks. 200 should be enough to deorbit. But yeah, we need to add decoupler again. Oops, nope, we need to add a heat shield because I have deadly re-entry. Alright, heat shield will be here. And we can go and design a space plane anytime because we need to do that so we can get all the science here on Kerbin. We gotta build these backwards because they're on top of the rocket. Then we'll add a parachute. And there we go. Alright, we're gonna have to adjust our fairing as well here. Bam, straight up. And perfect fairing. Alright, sweet. So, we have our satellite sandwiched here. We have a return stage. Because we are gonna need a manned pilot to get it up there. How much is our mass? So we have 5.4 kilograms or 1,000 kilos. So alright, I need to grab it by this. Move that up. Because this is gonna be a hefty rocket. Alright. That is a small lifter. Here, we want something like that. Alright, let's put 2 of those on here and see how much thrust we can get. Alright, our highest thrust is 650 kilonewtons. On top of that stack, that gives us 3.7. That is quite a bit. And then the next stage in orbit should be fine. We are gonna want boosters on this to help get us out of the thick atmosphere, so we're gonna get some decouplers. I think 3 boosters should be fine, so we'll put 3 on here. We're just gonna go for the, I think this one's even gianter, or larger, even gianter. Bam. Get some aerodynamic nose caps on there. Alright, there we go. Our rocket is ready to go. 5.2 to get up there. We might have to use a little bit of our monopropellant up in orbit, but hopefully this will get us up there better. Alright, we're gonna save this as Geo Chemo Meatball Supremo. Meatball Supremo. 94. 93. Alright, close enough. So our Geo Chemo Meatball Supremo is ready. It's our giant rocket here. I didn't even look at my, hopefully this all, no it didn't. Alright, so boosters go first, then those detached, then the main stage engages. Fairing, parachute does not deploy till way later. Fairing, we don't want that. Actually, yeah, we will want that to decouple. We'll manually activate that as well as these engines. Alright, we just gotta remember to tweak those while we are in flight. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and hit F5 on the launch pad. Turn on our SAS. I hit T and the game froze. Nope. I guess it's not registering SAS. No connection. Oh, I didn't put a pilot in there. Revert flight. Revert to, vehicle assembly. We forgot to put somebody in there as a pilot. Which could be a bit problematic. Alright. We're gonna let Valentina go there. She hasn't flown very many missions, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, I should have edited the staging there. Too late, we're already headed back to the launch pad. Alright, here we go. SAS is engaged, and we have liftoff. Alright, so this is burning us quite fast upwards, as a rocket should, and I'm just gonna shut up and fly the rocket for a little while. Alright, so we already have our first problem. We need ullage motors as well as some more aerodynamic stability in the second stage. So after our first launch, we have some issues to resolve. Alright, we're gonna use some yeah, we're just gonna use some basic strut connectors. We're gonna turn on symmetry so we can get this everywhere. And then we'll have our little ullage motors do their thing. Alright, here we go. You gotta get right in there, get that right angle. Alright, those look like they should push away good enough. And then we'll add some winglets here, which might decrease our now I think this Delta Deluxe winglet is these, yeah, look at that. Those weigh so much compared to these. I think these are much better choice. We're gonna put those on and whoops, we accidentally hit the so we want hex symmetry, and then we'll put those like that, and the boosters should fly right off in between them, and we're gonna go ahead, save that, and launch it. Oh shit. Alright, so first off, we had an issue with staging. Second off, we're fucked. Actually, we're not as fucked as bad as I thought we were. So we're gonna go ahead and test the stability of our rocket, which so far it seems to be pretty stable. Even if I go far to the side, I'm still holding it stable. So yeah, I'm gonna start using these Delta Deluxe winglets. A little bit slow to rotate, but it's not gonna be needing that really all that much. We are gonna want some actual rotational assistance once we do reach orbit, because without it, it's such a pain in the ass to rotate. So this will save us heartache later. Should we get monopropellant or should we use an inline stabilizer? I think we'll use the stabilizer. It's the simplest add. We could just pop it right in there, put it right back like that, and then we'll just have to redo our little fairing. Alright, there we go. So our fairing is ready. Save. We need to make sure these ullage motors only fire when they separate. Alright, that should fix all our problems. Launch. We'll figure out the staging in orbit. For now, we're gonna save and launch. Hold on, I'm grabbing. Alright, sorry, I was messaging some people really quick. Alright, back to the stream. Alright, turn on SAS and let's launch this thing. Hopefully we'll get to orbit soon rather than later. Alright, so far we aren't having the issues we were having last launch. We're pretty stable, flying straight up. That's always good. Jeez, we got to almost 500 meters a second. Alright, so the ullage motors work perfectly. We need thrust immediately though, so we are gonna have to revert to launch, because if we don't keep it under power, we'll lose our stability, especially flying so fast. So we might actually have to limit. No, we can't limit him here. Alright. So yeah, this needs to be at the same time. Alright, engage SAS again, and let's redo this. Alright, Valentina, you at least haven't died yet, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I might have to turn down these boosters, because I might just be overkill, and be making my ascent just harder. Because they get me going too fast. Alright, yeah, see, if I stay under power, it's fine. Alright, so we are at 10,000 kilometers. We could probably start our gravity turn soon. Ooh, we have a lot more control than I thought. Oh, fuck. Fuck. That was annoying. Yeah, I should have just kept going straight up till I got a little higher. Yeah, that was my fault. We might have to restart because of the waste of Delta V there. We'll keep trying though. And if we can't make it quite up there, we know why, because I was being retarded. We might have to add more fins though. Eventually. We have 2.8k. That might be just barely enough to get us into like orbit. Yeah, our apoapsis isn't even over 70,000 yet. So this is gonna be a lot of burning. But this is a pretty heavy rocket. Once we hit like 60,000, I'll pop the shroud, because I think that'll drop our weight and give us a little Delta V bump. Alright, so we have 2.3. You know what, we'll just go ahead and deploy that now and see if this jumps up a little bit. Yeah, see, it jumped up to 2.4. Alright, maybe should not have done that while under power. Oh fuck. And we also know our staging is extremely fucked up. So we're gonna go so fast that Valentina learns her lesson. Oh damn, I'm surprised she didn't get flung. Alright, so after this disaster of a launch, we are going to revert to launch. Alright, so I just flew that rocket poorly. Hopefully I'll fly it less poorly sooner. Alright, let's launch again. Needs to be down here. This is absolutely the wrong, and I can't see inside there, so I'll have to edit that later. Alright, let's go. Hopefully this time it'll go a little bit smoother now that I know not to turn until I'm like literally 20,000 feet or more up. So just straight up. Alright, those ullage motors helped us out so much. this planet's so large. No wonder it takes so long to fly around on it. Yeah, our apps is just slowly rising here. We're starting to get out of the main thick part of the atmosphere, as you can see. Our rocket should become controllable, like, once we get to around here on our little altimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and risk it and start trying to turn a little bit to the right here. Also gonna rotate. It's not inherently flipping out of control, which is good because that means the SAS is holding it steady. So that means we can start going sideways. Yes, perfect. Just head towards prograde. We want our inclination to be as little as possible. I really wish you could just set a straight heading in anything, really, and just have it follow that heading. Alright, there we go. Our inclination's starting to go up again, of course. Alright, so we have a really high apoaps so far, so we're going to start burning horizontal. We still have 2.4 kilometers a second. We're much higher and going much faster already than last time when we had the same amount of delta V left, so that's definitely good. We're going to go ahead and start burning sideways because we are out of the atmosphere. Yep, I find once you get out of the atmosphere is about the best time to start burning sideways. Alright, I want my inclination to go down a bit, so I'm burning sideways slightly. Watch it. Come on. Alright, there we go. And back to center line. Alright, and now we're watching our periaps here. Now waiting for that to circularize, or at least, you know, get to 70,000. That'll be nice. And then we need to basically raise our apoaps to 1 or 2, like a really large amount. I think it's 2 million meters, 2.8 million meters or something like that. So we might not actually have enough delta V for that. We might have just enough to insert into orbit in this craft. And then the next bit won't have very much at all. It might be able to make it, it might not. We will see here. Alright, so our apoaps is getting pretty far up there, and we are in a stable orbit, even though it's extremely eccentric. That's pretty much what we want. I think we actually want to keep burning like right now, so we are going to deploy the fairing. I see why that blew us up earlier. Then we are going to, oh shit, is there no decoupler? I can jettison the shroud. I think that'll decouple us. Nope. Alright, couple. Alright, sweet, there we go. We're gonna have to activate this engine. That parachute is next, which is worrying. Alright, so we want this engine to run next. So we're gonna put that in its own stage. Put it there. Hit F5 just in case I fuck it up. And we're gonna turn off our throttle. Engage it. Yeah, burn a little bit so we can burn that off, basically. Alright, there we go. Alright, so if we basically burn this up to 2.8. Alright, 2.83. 6 is what I think we need, so that's pretty good. And we have a decent periaps. 422 meters a second to circularize. I don't think we will be able to do it, but we will find out. So let's just get up there. Alright, so we're not even in the right plane. So I think we'll have to orbit once more so that mission control is facing us properly, so that the satellite is even a little bit useful. And if not, we will just be screwed over basically. Alright. So it's not facing the right direction, so we're gonna have to basically skip through it again. Or do another orbit to hopefully get in alignment. And it's gonna slow us every time we get too close to the planet. Alright, there we go. This time it should be working, or worth it. Alright, point prograde. Yeah, so if we didn't have that ability module. Oh wait, we are already small. We're rocket. Right. Ability assist now. And we're gonna want to throttle up on that. Alright, so we gotta hope our periaps gets up high enough, and it might not have the thrust. We might have to activate RCS and burn some monopropellant to get us into the proper orbit, which would actually be kind of funny. We're also increasing our periapsis. We don't want to be doing that. We want to actually burn slightly downwards. Come on, we want it to go down a little. There we go. We also want our periaps to be... Oh wow, it's gonna be so close. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna have to use monopropellant for sure, Z's. Staging mode. Alright, we're gonna decouple those. Awesome, and now we can steer by RCS. Oops, alright, and H is forward, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna hit H here. So our periaps 0.843. Alright, so we need to alright, I need to tap out really quick so I can check what Kerbin periaps is. Alright, Kerbin geostate synchronous orbit. I think it should be listed on this page. Yes, alright, here we go. Kerbin is 2.863. Alright, so we actually do want to keep burning right now. So keep hitting H. 2.863. Alright, so that might be why none of our geostationary satellites work, is because we're putting them at 2.86 or 2.83. Alright, so yeah, at least we got those monopropellant, and we still got a ton of fuel left on those. But we'll definitely be able to insert into orbit. So we basically made like the perfect rocket to get this thing into orbit. Like not a minute, or like basically not, just barely enough. Alright, so we want to circularize at this. So 2.863 is good. We don't really need to add a maneuver. We just need the time warp there. My electric charge is draining rather rapidly, so we are going to extend these panels. We're only going to extend one set because that's all we should need. Yeah, that's basically put a giant dent. Alright, and then we gotta fast forward here to the apoapsis. Oh, we're there, and point prograde. Alright, stability assist. We passed our prograde a little bit already. Oh yeah, we don't have any throttle. We have to use H. So we need to build that up. Or we'll have to do some more trimming. 8.63, 865. Alright, and I think it said it was 863, so, whoops. No, we are perfect on one of these, so 8.65, 8.63. So we want this one, and then we'll just basically very slightly trim it down. So that's our periapse. So we want to point retrograde when we do this burn. Alright, so we're gonna get awesome. And we're not perfectly in line with Kerbin, but we should be good enough to bounce it off this other satellite, which will give us enough functionality to launch a mission to minimus, which is what I want. Alright, so we're gonna want to point retrograde on this. We want to turn off the RCS. That fucks with our orbit. Holy shit, that fucked with our orbit so bad. Alright, so I gotta turn off RCS for all maneuvers. Holy shit, that fucked us. Alright, so now my periapse is too low, so I'm gonna want to prograde right now. So, there's a lesson I need to learn, is keep my RCS off unless I'm using it explicitly. Alright, so we need to increase our periapse again once more. I think if I point this way, turn on stability assist. Yeah, there we go. That puts our apoapse way up there. But we could just burn. Fucking hell! I just did the same thing again. 8.62 isn't so bad. But now we. What the? Oh yeah, I turned off this on accident while I was frenzying. So that means we need to burn retrograde. All right. Hopefully now I won't be so silly. All right, let's time warp a little bit to get to that marker a little faster. Right, there we go. Stability assist and turn on RCS and bump down our. This needs to be 8.63, 64, 63. All right, there we go. 8.63, and this is 8.61. So we'll just have to circularize a little bit more. Hopefully we want to turn off RCS just so we don't accidentally make any mistakes. As long as we have view of mission control. Right, so this is, we'll have to burn prograde to circularize. Point us prograde. Alright, and then we're gonna RCS enabled, and we're just gonna tap this up. Alright, 8.63 to 8.635, and 8.63 is 0.3 is what we are shooting for ideally, so 0.5. Alright, so we're within 200 meters, and I think that drift should actually make us get over mission control a little bit better. So we're gonna go ahead to our staging mode. We forgot to put lights on it again, but oh wells. Alright, we're gonna extend these panels just so it can have a maximum juice. And then we also need to activate this, set the target to mission control. Because if I don't do that before I detach, I'm never going to be able to control this rocket again. Alright. So that has line of sight to mission control. Hopefully it will retain that line of sight to mission control. And we'll mess with it later. Alright, so we need to go back to this mode. And I think the satellite is ready to go. Alright, so we're gonna decouple, and we are in this section. Groovy, that's exactly what we wanted. Now we're gonna want to point retrograde, so we're gonna wait till we drift a little bit further out. We don't accidentally hit any parts. And we are gonna want to go that way, but as it stands, there is a satellite in our orbit. Damn, maybe I should have separated it on the other side, other than the direction I needed to go. Alright. I have a simple solution. We'll just go right around it. So, which way do I want to press to do this? Not A. All right, there we go. This direction. All right, so we'll just tap the throttle here, which we didn't enable. So we'll tap it. Oh, that was an empty stage. I hope this doesn't. All right, there we go. We'll tap it like that, and now we can point retrograde and bring our orbit down into the safetiness of Kerbin. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead, start burning that down, and we will soon be on the surface again, I hope. And there we go, ready for re-entry. My spelling mate. Well, apparently my spelling is subpar, but that does not really surprise me considering all my spelling is subpar. Alright, we're gonna get in closer and just hyperspeed our way down in there. Alright, and then we're gonna wanna burn retrograde once more right before we re-enter the atmosphere so we can just basically make use of all our fuel. It'll help slow us down and make our re-entry just that much safer. It'll also make our angle of re-entry a little bit more sharp, so it might help to burn upwards a little bit, so we'll still have a shallow angle of entry. Alright, there we go. And now we can separate. And now I don't want to press the spacebar until we are ready. Alright, so we're not going to want to point retrograde because it apparently gets retarded when it's in the capsule and doesn't know how to do that. So we're just going to manually do it and put it on stability assist. Rotate that just because I'm used to being at this heading. And we are going to time warp our way down to the surface. And yeah, so that launch went a lot better than before. Before it took me like an hour and a half to get that satellite into orbit, but that's because I had shittier parts. But now with the proper parts, it's only taken me closer to 45 minutes. And we only had to like redo it like twice. So basically that satellite is going to be a relay satellite between mission control and either a number of other stations or our central command pod. But the idea is to put put something in orbit around Minimus, and then deploy multiple landers from that, which will then send science back to the orbital pod, and then that orbit pod will basically be returned back to Earth. And I think I'm gonna do a science pod to, and then I'll bring it back to the space station. Alright, so here we go. We're encountering aerodynamic resistance now at 50,000 meters. 2.5 kilometers a second. Not too bad. We're going to time warp into this because I know it's going to be pretty lackluster. Every so often we'll have to slow down to adjust. Actually, I think we can just turn it off and it'll, yeah, it'll auto-stabilize. So we'll just let this fly on its way down in 4 times mode. Hopefully the Kraken doesn't make me regret my decision to just let it happen. We'll slow down really fast here once we hit this next bit of the atmosphere, like right now. Yeah, we're starting to slow down a lot now. There we go. And we're already headed back down to the surface. Alright, and my parachute is free to deploy. So we are now gonna just wait till we fall. We still got like 4,000 meters to fall. So. Yep, here we go. I just don't want to go too fast and have my parachute rip itself out because I've had that happen before and it sucks. Alright, so Yes, successful mission. Alright, now we can do it 4x till we get all the way to the ground, which is gonna still take far too long. That's cool how you can see Minimus right up there in the sky. Is the moon visible? I do not see it. Alright. Gonna land and instantly just recover our vessel. We don't really need to do any science on the ground there. Wow, 0.0 science. That was a ton of science we just earned. Alright, so now we can get to the tracking station. And now Geochemos Meatball Suprema 93 is in altitude 2.863, yeah, 2799. That's not anywhere close. No wonder it drifted out of alignment. I'm gonna fly this and see if it has any sort of propulsion on board. Hopefully it does, but it might not. And no, 0 meters a second. I don't see any monopropellant on there. So this is pretty much just a shitty relay satellite. I think it just went in the dark side of the moon. Since this is not pointed at mission control, we're gonna go ahead and point it at Geochemo Meatball Supremo, so that way we can do connection. Alright, yeah, I think that should be it. I don't know if it has the range though. Distance is 6 million miles. And this thing's antenna has a range of, I'm pretty sure 50 million. Yeah, 50 million meters. And this one's only 6 million. So it should be within easy range. Oh, maybe this isn't pointed at this one. That's why, is because it's trying to receive a signal and this one's not outputting one towards it. So we are going to pick this one. Alright. So now we need to go return to the Space Center and return to the other one and point a dish. So we might have to put triple satellites up there. I don't know. I think 2 should be fine though. So now that we have this one pointed, we are gonna pilot this one and put its dish that isn't already in use in oh, are we rotating a little? Alright, so this is pointed at mission control. This one's gonna be pointed at Geochemo Supremo and activated. Alright, so now we have good relay signal. Between these 2 points, I don't think we have any dark side because yeah, any space, unless they're like really low orbit on this side of on the direct opposite side of these 2 spacecraft, which we won't really be having any robots there, and they should have line of sight to Kerbin at that point. So yeah, we should have a decent network. We're gonna send a bot swarm to the moon. Now, Geochemo Meatball Supremo right now is we can just use that to directly bounce this signal to pretty much anywhere. Right now we just bounced it to this to make sure our communications were properly established. For now we're gonna put it on no target and deactivate it because we don't need those 2 satellites to be using all our fuel. Alright, let's activate this really quick just so we can see. Alright, our electric charge net is in the positive, so that means we should always be in operation on this satellite with all those solar panels. So that's good. Yeah, so we're gonna go to our Space Center and we're gonna start designing that mission. Now, since we have that relay system set up now, I think we will be able to I actually gotta check out which parts I have to see if I can build mini landers. Alright, so for our first bit, we want to get the octo. These will be our mini landers. We're gonna want toothpick legs. Yeah, these micro landing strut. Even these are too big. We're gonna put those in quadruplicate. They do have to land. We can put them a little lower, like that. We can go ahead and retract those. Alright, so this is gonna need RCS fuel out the wazoo. Those are all liquid fuel. Yeah, alright, so I guess these are still our only tanks. We could just basically do some clipping magic and put them all in there, but I don't know if that would give me enough thrust to weight. We'll have to see really quick. And up. Alright, so we're gonna want a ton of these ports on the bottom here. Do you think 4 should be sufficient? I would think so. We're gonna place them just like that. 4 RCS ports should be enough. Those are for that. I think the reaction wheels inside should be sufficient for attitude control and adjustment. Then we are gonna need some science to conduct on the surface to return. Now we can only send the lightweight. Even though Science Junior has a lot more science, look how big that is. It's like bigger than the whole craft. So we're not gonna be able to do that. We are, however, gonna be able to send down a barometer and a temperature probe. We'll put the temperature on this side. Now, do I have any other science so far? No, I don't. I have mystery goo, but the size there is pushing it. Alright, so that should be fine. And then we're gonna need communications backup, as well as batteries and solar panels to power that. Shit, we might have to run on more of a shoestring budget battery wise. Alright, we're gonna put these on 4 and try and can't clip those into the leg parts apparently. Those are too big even. What about these? I know that'll fit down in there. But I think that would block my RCS ports, which I might just have to rearrange and because I will need this extra surface area down here to place more batteries, so I think it's worth it. I'll put those in there just like that. Oh damn, those are too big. Did I just crash? Yes, I did. I just crashed. Alright, so we are going to relaunch KSP now. Yeah, that sucks. Well, it will give us time to pack and then kill a bull. Where's that other? Shit. No, not that bull. Not that bull. Where did my other bulls go? Shit. There it went. It just got pushed a little further back. No, this is a different one, but oh well, it still fits. Yeah, I have several different bowls, and some of them are better than others. I just love that. Open up I actually got like two different strains of decent stuff. I have one indica and one hybrid. I mean, one sativa and a hybrid, not an indica. Whoops. But yes. That container smells so good. Gonna go all the way to OBS and adjust my lit meter because that's gonna make me a little bit higher. Alright, KSP is loaded. I'm pretty yeah, it's saved that flight's in progress, so I can just go back to redesigning that rocket now. Alright, put this a little closer. Alright, vehicle assembly building. Now, with this swarm of probes idea, I need to build these probes to be stackable, and, yeah, they just kind of, like, disappeared. Alright, so, I want to be able to send out multitudes of these, so I need to be able to design these with modularity in mind. How much do these weigh? Alright, nothing at all. Alright, so, I think how I'm gonna design these is start retracted. Alright, we're gonna have docking ports on them as well. I think we can get away with a junior. Yeah. Actually, we just need stack separators. We don't need docking ports. Because these aren't returning to each other. Alright, so that means I need propellant. Now, that top-mounted propellant, while it looked elegant, it did block me from being able to stack them like I wanted. So I wonder if I can rotate them inwards like this and still get away with... Alright, so we're gonna put 4 of those in there like this. It looks a little weird, but I mean, hey, it works. Hopefully it just doesn't blow me up like anytime I want to do anything with it. Alright, and then if I want to place these, I can't even see them. Alright, let's put these on first. We need to put them on like that, and then we can put these on like so. Alright, there we go. That looks a lot cooler now that they're clipping through there nice. Alright, and then we need to place a stack separator. Not the full size one, that one's too large, but this one. And that'll be perfect. Alright. And then I think we can save this as a sub-assembly. If we enable advanced mode. Sub-assemblies. So if I take that. Save assembly as probe V1 a modular stackable probe. Alright, there we go. So we are gonna want to actually add communications to this before we copy that. So shit, so we need... I think we might have too many propellant tanks on there. We're gonna need science to talk to home. Since these are just going down to the moon, I think they can get away with these communitrons. To be honest, the reflectron would probably work because they're just gonna fly down to the surface and then return science. They're really light. So are those. So we're gonna go ahead and put both of them on there, but not on top. All right. We need to turn this into single mode. So I need to find somewhere I can just stick this on. I guess we'll just have it sticking out the side like that. Like, it doesn't even really matter, does it? Alright, now we're gonna have to have some batteries for that. Damn, these small probes. Alright, we're gonna remove these tanks for now and design our probe without the tanks in the way. So I want this to be pointing straight up, like on the corner. Just like that. Perfect. Actually, with our stack design, that might be a little problematic. So I'm gonna lean it out ever so slightly so that way it doesn't hit its neighbors above it. Alright, there we go. That's good. Then we are gonna need battery packs. We can get away with... I guess if we're stacking these outwards, we can get away with 2 of them. Come on, I just need 2. No, fuck you, goddamn. So annoying with building with multiple symmetry sometimes. Alright, there we go. So we got 2 battery packs. And we're gonna need a solar panel. I did not need symmetry that time. Shit. Alright, so we got our solar panel. Then I think we can just get away with 1 tank because it only needs to get down to the surface. It's not going to be doing anything super extraordinary. Now I need to what's the actuation toggle on that? That's just alright. Right. I need to figure out how much thrust these have. Thruster power 2. That doesn't tell me anything. What are these thruster powers? 1. Alright. That's not exactly enlightening as to how much those thruster powers are. So we're just gonna save this and give it a quick launch. We're gonna start deployed. Oh fuck, we might need a R1 too. Alright, geez, designing satellites is hard, man. Let me tell ya, like seriously, I did not expect it to be this difficult. Alright, that satellite's gonna clip on the ground. Only needs to be just like this. Nope. Nope. Yep. Just like that. Hopefully the legs don't break it. And we're gonna launch this. And hopefully we'll still get signal and all that good stuff. Now I do have the light speed delay turned off. So that is useful. Alright, turn on SAS, which isn't really required. RCS H isn't really doing anything. How fast are we burning through our fuel? Pretty fast. I wish I could see like how much thrust I'm outputting, but that's not really possible. What I do think this tells us is though, here, maybe if we actually extend our legs. Yeah, there we go. So that does tell us that we are getting a tiny amount of thrust, enough to just barely push ourselves up. So I think we need to revert to vehicle assembly and just basically add a ton more of these. We might not be able to make a monopropellant lander anywhere yet, because we're definitely gonna go to minimus to maximize the chances of these actually being worth a damn. Because if they aren't, that would make me very sad. I want very wide base of thrust, or Alright, let's see if that'll do anything. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start retracted or extended, I guess. That way we could get a visual indication of how much thrust we're outputting. Alright, so turn on RCS again. Alright, same story. And we're barely burning through the fuel any faster. So I think we will need to add more fuel. We're gonna go ahead and decouple that. Something over there blew up. Everything looks to still be in place on my spacecraft. Extend those panels. Those are the wrong panels for this type of craft. I'm gonna want the long type, so we'll be able to fix that later. Alright. So, right now, probe testing is the name of the game. I think we're gonna build a small little test craft underneath these to launch these into a simple, like, 5,000 meter fall so I can test their falling properties. And their decoupling properties as well. So, you know what? Let's just place a ton more of those. But on minimus, those should be super effective. Many times more effective than they hear on Kerbin. Let's go ahead and do 8 more. Holy fuck, do I really need 8 more? Survey says yes. Where am I gonna put these? Just in there like that? No, that's a little off center. But like that, yes. Alright, and then amount of, oh my god, so much symmetry. That would give me a lot of propellant, but it would also increase my weight so much. Now, maybe I should consider making these tanks on the outside, because if I do that, I could probably fit 2 of them or something. Can I stack them on this battery? No, I can't. Can I stack them with the legs? To the side of them, yes, but I don't know if that'll clip them badly or not. Alright, we're gonna test that. But I don't want it to clip on that side. I want it to clip on this side because that's near the batteries, so that won't matter as much. Alright, these photovoltaic panels need to be replaced with the long version. 1.6. No symmetry. Alright, and then we are going to put another separator here. And then we are gonna put a small little booster on here. Just give that a little jolt upwards. Hopefully the communitron can start retracted. And that bar antenna. Where's that bar antenna? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, alright, sweet. This is not gonna be very stable. It doesn't have to be, it's just a small test craft. Yeah, I just want to test the descent properties and characteristics of this craft. It won't need a parachute on the minimus. But yeah, we're just gonna let it. Shit. I guess really anywhere is good. There we go. We are missing a leg. Alright, we wanna burn retrograde. Alright, so we are able to stop ourselves pretty steadily here. Not fast enough, but we were bleeding like 2 or 3 meters a second, even with all those engines. So should have been watching my suicide burn. Alright, so we're gonna revert to vehicle assembly. Might help to have a little bit of aerodynamic stability for this. Gonna let this stay retracted so they don't get damaged. And then we'll also put a nose cone on this. Yeah, look at that. Bam. Nose cone. Perfect. Honestly, you could just put like 3 fins on here and be fine. Alright, so that should help us a little bit. And then these will eject. And then we'll try and slow ourselves down. Alright, let's just launch again. I think it went even worse this time. Are my monopropellant not working? No connection, so yeah, apparently my antenna got destroyed. That's not good. Alright, return to vehicle assembly. So we're having some problems. We're just trying to test this in the atmosphere, which is our problem, I think, because this isn't gonna have to contend with any kind of atmosphere. Alright, so it has communications, has electricity generation. Now it needs science experiments. It'd be funny, I land it and I'm like, alright, so now to do no science because I forgot of the thing. Alright, so we're gonna put a thermometer on this one. And we'll put a barometer on it too. So we'll get thermometer and barometer data. Mystery goo is actually pretty fucking light. So other than being bulky model, I think we could actually fit that on here if we played it right. Alright, so this thing is absolutely pushing it. Kerbals. Hopefully I can make these land on minimus. Alright, so now we're gonna save this whole thing as a sub-assembly. Crash that, because this is the better version. Oh, come on, is it not letting me drop it in there now? Hold on, let me drop it in there. Alright, I guess it's, not letting me make this a sub-assembly. Alright, so control copy, I think, and control paste works. No, it doesn't. How do I make that into a sub-assembly? What the hell? This is not fun. Maybe I gotta put a rocket on it too? Alright, we'll put a fuel tank on there because we are gonna need to be able to control it. And then put an engine on there as well. Alright, can I save this as a sub-assembly? No? What the hell? This is rather irksome. Why can't I save this as a sub-assembly? This is annoying. Maybe it's too many parts or something? There we go. Call this probe. Close enough. Now we can have multiples of this if I can pick it up again. Alright, So I need to somehow bring it closer to us again. Motherfucker, why is it all the way over there? Why can't it come closer? The hell? Why is it all over there? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and create a new craft. Alright, there we go. So now we have what we basically just had, but we can add another one. Alright, so that'll stack just like that, and if we turn it a little, I think we might be able to cramp them in there without their parts clipping. That's a negative. It might be worth it to have an inner stage, cause I see these parts exploding when I put them on the launch pad. If not, we're gonna have a cool DNA helix looking rocket thing. Alright, well, I think that decoupled successfully. Nothing appears broken except for maybe this antenna here. Yeah, this little antenna is broken for surezies. This little part is inaccessible because it's a different part of the flight now, so we're gonna revert vehicle assembly. Alright, so yeah, that's not gonna work. We need to put something in between them. Which can just be a small little 0.25 meter interstage. Is there no like mini interstage? That's too big. That's too big. We just need something small. That's way too big. Also too large. How much do these weigh? Mass 20 kilograms. We're gonna buy a shit ton of these. Those are instructables. Yeah, look at those mass. Alright, so we're just gonna have a ton of these, separating them for space issues. Here we go. Yeah, look at that, much better. And then we can add 1, 2 more, and we'll add another probe core. Probe. Then it can just go back to like that. Well, that would be good though. I think I want to see it like this, so it just keeps rotating. Alright, so that looks pretty cool. Yeah, now we can build a fairing for this. Alright, so still needs another back separator. This time, no. Back separator. Another one just for funds. Alright, so we need, so since we have so many of these, we need to make sure they're in the proper staging before we get any further and it gets any more complicated. Alright, so this top stack separator won't need to exist. And you know what? Just as an experiment, we're gonna put the Science Junior here on this top one and hope that that's gonna be the experimental one to see if we can do anything with that. Alright, so these first two. Alright, so I need this one and this one and alright, so they're all in different stages. Holy shit. So wait, no. Alright, so this is the first one. That's the second one that needs to be moved in with the first one. Third one. Alright, so the first stage is complete. Those all separate together. So that's second. And then this one. And that one. Bum, 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 bum. And then these two are the last two. Alright. These two will go first. Then these two will go last. Or three. So those. Then those. And then those. Alright, so those are properly configured now. That Science Junior is gonna fuck this second one over. Right now we need to add our utility, which will be our fairing space. I think we might want the extended version for this one. Oh yes, look at that, perfect. Place a cross section. Are you serious? Does it still clip? Yes, it does. So, alternative plan is to use this large one. And yeah, we'll make it all fancy schmancy. There we go. Alright, zoom out a little bit. That looks funny, because it's slightly cone shaped. Alright, so there we go. And then we'll put some fuel tanks on there. I actually think we need the moon stage ones here, so we'll put fuel tank like that. And that should be fine for powering us around in non-atmosphere. Nope. Body of minimus. Only 604 deltas B, but that should be a ton on minimus. And we're not trying to deorbit, we're just trying to get there. Alright, just a little bit more. Alright, so that looks solid. Alright, and then we're gonna reattach our fairing. Which does have a separator built in, I'm pretty sure. So we can just do this. Straight up. And close it. And now we can stick some fuel tanks on here. Alright, which one of these is gonna be controlling everything else? I think since I stacked them on top of everything, this one is. And that's the one that's gonna separate first. So that should be what I want. We are gonna want to add an inline stabilizer here, which will be burnt off like it usually is. Now we're gonna have to redo the placement yet again. Alright, now we can add the fuel tanks. 1 fuel tank, 2 fuel tank. Where's the big one? Huh, I thought I had one that was like super powerful. Where the hell did it go? Oh. Not that one, is it? 350 kilonewtons? No, I'm pretty sure I had one that was like 650. What? Where'd it go? I thought I was just being stupid for a minute. There it is. How did I skip over that so many times? Holy shit. Damn, 4.3 kilometers a second in that first one. Oh, that's on minimus. Yeah, we need to put this on Kerbal. And not enough thrust away from this single booster. And these other engines are super heavy. Yeah. For the amount of thrust they provide, not really worth it. Alright, so this will be our mid stage. So we need something that's going to be absolutely massive to get this up there. Which might be a, we might have to go with the old, fuck, what did I just do? Artichoke strategy where we make it different sets. Alright, we're just going to try a simplified version of that. Just the one stage. We're going to use some liquid fuel rockets. Yeah, let's do this. Put these like so, and then we'll stack them even higher. Oh damn, this is 3 liquid fuel tanks. I don't need that many. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a lot of liquid fuel tank that I don't need. All right, so we'll toss that down here. Get another engine. All right, there we go. That helps a lot. Even though the stages are fucked up, so my delta V calculations are as well. Alright, and then we are going to want to put these Mavericks on there, because those have a ton of thrust for what they have. Alright, so that's 1.15 thrust to weight, giving us 1000 delta V. And then the second stage is 3.7, which will be more effective in orbit. And then we're still going to have some boosters on here. So this rocket is going to be pretty freaking gnarly. Awesome. We're going to want ullage motors on these for surezies. If we don't, we're not going to get very far. Alright, so those are held way down there. So they're also going to need stabilization. Alright, so this is in triplicate. Alright, that should fire it away from the rocket. And then we want some strut connectors here as well, just to help for general stability. Then we're gonna want some wings. And we've decided these wings are the best bang for a buck. Sweet, there we go. Alright, and then we want some boosters as well. I think we can get away with these. They have more overall like push through them. We're gonna put another set of decouplers here, upwards a little more. Oh my god, this rocket is gonna have so much delta V, like an insanely overpowered amount. But yeah, we want to get there and get there with tons of delta V to spare. Because we'd rather have spare than not enough. Alright, there we go. Alright, that should be plenty to get us to minimus. 5.7 actually does not sound like enough. Plus this is to... That's just to get it into orbit. So we have 6.5 to reach minimus orbit. Kerbal delta V map. Alright, so we want to get 4.5, then the minimus intercept, which is another 1000, so 5.5. Then low minimus orbit is 5 points. So, we want like roughly 6,000 to get to minimus reliably. Plus another 180 to get down there. Alright, so 6.5 should be sufficient to get there in orbit. Minimus must probe a dope Alright, you're gonna save that and launch it. Successfully. I hope. Which isn't gonna happen, I bet. I bet we're gonna have at least 3 major failures before this rocket makes it there. Alright, so... First off, we wanna just burn... Alright, so we need to figure out the staging of this beast. Alright, so those are the proper first stage, and then the liquid fuel goes off. Alright, and then this goes off at the same time? Oh, so those are actually all good. Alright, so, these are the ullage motors, and so those need to go off then. So, that's the proper time. We're gonna hit F5, quick save that. Alright, SAS is engaged and launching. Oh my, this is a slow takeoff, but this is also such a giant fucking rocket. Oh shit, we might need some more thrust to weight ratio there at the beginning. But holy shit, is this a giant rocket? Like, we might need some more wings for this one. I don't think 3 is gonna cut it. Just a gut suspicion here. Also considering we're leading the wrong way. Oh fuck, we're about to... Yep. Rip. GG. Alright, so we need stronger boosters and more delta control. So there's one major failure that I already predicted. We're just gonna let it burn itself out. Even missing 1 engine. Yeah, missing 1 engine is not good for our rocket survivability. Considering it's not slowing us down at all. I'm gonna try and save it. That's the funny part. No. Yeah, that... Alright, well, our probe core assembly is still pretty functional and intact. And we can't separate them any further because we're no longer connected. So we're gonna revert to vehicle assembly because, yeah, that was not very good. Alright, so first off, more control. We're gonna put that on the liquid fuel ones because we know we're gonna keep those. Alright, so liquid fuel success. Yeah, these boosters are garbage because they were didn't have that thrust that I needed. 593 versus this is 777, so yeah, this has plenty more thrust. We're gonna have to add more aerodynamic nose cones. Advanced nose cones for pointy shapes. Alright, it would probably be a smart idea to put ullage motors on there as well. So where are these ullage motors? Alright, so those are all set up. Yeah, we just need some more ullage motors now. Ullage motor. Alright, bam. Here we go. When are those gonna go off? Fuck. Those are the first stage. Wow, I don't think that's gonna go over well. Maybe that should go off then. Shit. Fucking crashed again. Well, I think I'm gonna stop the stream because it's not gonna be very fun watching me crash over and over. I'll maybe start it again later when it's better.